Ladies and gentlemen, hello. This is Channel Lost Luggage. I'm your host, Big Walt. I'm very excited for this video recording today. And here we have the brand new IXEG Boeing 737-300 Classic Plus 4X Plane 12. I have not flown this airplane yet, and that's what I think makes this video unique is there are other YouTube streamers out there, V1 and QA Pilot, wonderful channels, wonderful pilots. Um, they've flown this airplane on stream before. I have not yet flown this airplane. They usually do test flights and stuff, make sure everything's going good because, let's face it, they're streamers. Nobody likes a stream where everything's broken. So I'm going to give you a raw video, unedited, very, vanilla. This is what you get with the IXEG when you unbox it. So here we go. I guess we'll call this like an out of the box first flight. Um, so hopefully this works. The only thing I have done to this airplane so far, kind of externally, aside from found this wonderful desert gold livery of Southwest Airlines, which for you youngins out there, this is the real Southwest Airlines, the desert beige. Um, I can settle for the canyon blue paint. I'm not gonna lie, the canyon blue livery like we have here for this other fella on VatSim, it does look good, but the desert gold on the Southwest, enough chit chatting. Long story short, desert gold is the real Southwest Airlines. Enough said. Not open for discussion. So moving on. It's a very vanilla, out of the box flight, as I said, unedited. This is what you're gonna get. Aside from the paint that you have to, I downloaded this. There is a forum thread for this airplane on the X-Pilot forums that has all kind of air repaints. And the reason why I chose a repaint off those forums is because this livery is years old. And look, it looks beautiful on this airplane. Um, so this is a test that the current liveries available for this airplane do work, and they work quite well actually. So we're gonna do a little hour and a half ish flight from Baltimore, Maryland to Cleveland, Ohio. We're gonna be Southwest Airlines flight, I don't know, seven something. Flight 748, I think. Yeah, that's what I have on SimBrief. For those of you who are familiar with the process of, we'll just say, flying, you're going to understand what it is I'm doing in the background. For those unfamiliar or you're brand new to, getting in the sim hobby, there's going to be things I'm going to be doing in the background that may not make sense to you, but just stick with it. The reason for it is I don't want to put any overlays over the screen or anything like that. This isn't really like a tutorial of how to fly this airplane from A to B. This is going to be more of a does it work? And when this airplane first came out, I loaded it up and I could not get it to work. However, within the last 24 hours, they have released their first patch for the product, and um, I updated the airplane. The only other thing I've done to this airplane, aside from attaching an old livery to it, is the Navigraph database. Again, for those familiar and those familiar will know what I'm talking about. Those unfamiliar, just hang in. I did update to the current AirAx cycle so that we have current navigational charts available to use in the airplane. When we program the flight management computer, we'll actually follow the current charts. I'm actually going to try to hand fly this airplane as much as possible today. Obviously, up at cruise, I'll throw on the autopilot for a little bit while we get stuff ready for landing in Cleveland. Maybe we'll tour the cabin a little bit. And I get it, V1 and Q8 and a couple other simmers have already toured the cabin, so I get it. That might be boring to you, but I'm sorry, not sorry, really, because I'm excited to just see it for myself. So let's get in the air. Um, as far as settings go, the only thing I've done before I started recording this was open the doors just to make it a little bit more lively. Um, I would like to see some ground service equipment. That would be fun. My start state is going to be cold and dark. And in preferences, I'm going to try the camera shaking. And then aircraft has eyebrows because it's a 737 Classic. Like 737 Classics have eyebrows, ladies and gentlemen. Get used to it. Disable ghost throttles, that's just something I remember doing with the X-Plane 11 version, so I ticked it. Why not? And then IRU fast align is what I ticked today so that we can just get this thing in the air and get going, because I don't want this to be a long, drawn-out event. The only other thing I've done before starting the video is I planned out our pushback with better pushback. So let's hop in and get this thing fired up. Obviously looks beautiful. Other streamers have already pointed that out. So again, this is vanilla. Ooh, I got sounds. I didn't have sounds before it updated. That's cool. All right, app number 1, fuel pump. I'm just going to assume that the APU fire test stuff works. It already works from other streamers. If you want a more detailed review, you know, yeah, go watch those streamers. But this is a very, like I said, I haven't flown this airplane yet. This is a what do you get type thing. Start the APU because I want to get going. And I already do know through, I believe it is V1 and Q8 Pilot, that the fire test for the APU and the engines, it all does work. They've tested the systems. It really does work. This is kind of a more, you know, let's go A to B type thing. All right, APU. I believe the EGT, we'll just call that settled out. Get the gens on. Let's get this thing going. Dirt. Yep, that's good. Power's in. I'll just throw on the electronic hydraulic pumps. Why not? I do not have a checklist for this airplane yet. However, there are going to be. Listen, I love the 737-300. It's got a place in my heart. I grew up near Cleveland Hopkins Airport, and back when Continental was in, a lot of people don't know this, but Cleveland Hopkins Airport's where Continental used to service their entire 737 fleet. Got a picture of me somewhere. Actually, I was a young kid. I'm talking like I'm maybe like 8 years old. I've got a picture in a Continental 737 of me standing like inside the engine when I'm 8 years old. I had an uncle that worked at the airport, and that was before 9/11 happened, when you could have fun, but you know. Anywho, all right. Recirculation fans on. Let's throw the packs on. Bleeds on. Engine bleeds off. Isolation valve open. Blah blah blah. Like I said, this isn't a real-world procedure flight. This is, does the airplane go from A to B? Somebody that has not flown it before streaming, what problems am I going to run into that, you know, maybe the other streamers either forgot to mention or didn't mention for whatever reason. So the first thing I want to do is let's come over here to the inlet. Let's get, oh wait, I got to turn those on first. And I promise, folks, I am going to do more in-depth videos later on. My ultimate goal is I would actually like to have streams available and have people, you know, fly along together. I mean, it'd be a lot of fun. Let's go to init. Reference. I want index. I want ident. Eric 2309. Hey, look at that. 7 September to 5 October. Okay, so it did work. I was able to update the FMC through Navigraph. That worked. All right. Position in it. I believe we got to go to the second page, grab the GPS location, slap that in there, because why not? Route. Actually, what I'm going to do, bear with me, folks. I believe I'm looking down at my toolbar for my SimBrief, what you call it, and I'm not seeing it. I don't know where my, I used to have a little tool in my toolbar that would actually download SimBrief straight to the airplane. I don't have that. Alright, I don't know if the screen's capturing this, but I'm in SimBrief right now. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why I all of a sudden don't have a SimBrief tool thingy in my, what you call it. Anywho. Alrighty. Alright, just did some stuff behind the scenes here. So, company route. KBWI-KCLE. Let's see what this gives us. Hey! We got a route. The other thing I did, I don't know if I mentioned, I did go in, so in the X-Plane 11 version, ground services, there used to be a way through the ground services to set your payload and fuel and stuff like that. I believe they are going to implement that. So for right now, you got to do it through the menu bar, flight, weight, and balance. I've already done that. I'm not going to bore you guys with it. Next page. I want to verify this route real quick. Yep. So we're going to go ahead. We'll activate it now. Why not? Execute. Depart arrive. Depart KBWI. Let's see what the weather's doing real quick. Looks like they're departing runway 28, so we'll just do that. Runway 28. And we want the Terps 7. Hey, right here. And Jerez. Jerez? More of an S sound instead of a Z. Yeah, whatever. Alright, we'll throw this in the route. That looks good. Execute that. Depart, arrive. Oh, what's Cleveland landing? Cleveland is going to be landing on the 6s. 6 left's what they land on. We're going to want Tribe 4, I believe. And upper. Definitely upper. Oh, you know what? Hold on, let me look at the Tribe 4 arrival real quick to find out where this is going to. Actually, you know what? Let me look at the. See, this is what I don't like about flying in America is if the FAA ever like looks at these videos just to see what simmers are up to, you guys suck at your jobs. Like, I'm just throwing it out there because, like, very, very rarely in the United States, if you look at a SID, the last fix on the SID in Europe is usually the IAF for the approach to whatever runway you're doing over in Europe. In the United States, it's just all over the frickin' place. You just never know what you're gonna get. Seriously, FAA, come on, you can do better. We'll just throw Groll in here from what I'm looking at. Again, this is stuff that's happening behind the scenes. And we'll just execute. Takeoff. Okay, flaps 5, trim 4.2. Wait, how do I... Oh, I know what's going on. We don't have our gross weight set. Okay. So, gross weight, cruise altitude, what did SimBrief... I'm just going to throw in what SimBrief gave us. We're not going very far, so... 360, actually, level... Okay, I lied. We're going level 320. Will it take it? Yes, it did. Good. Flight, weight and balance. What is our gross weight? Our gross weight, 112, we'll just round it 0.9, 112.9. 112.9er. Gross weight. There it goes. Alright, plan fuel is... So why did it tell us we need takeoff fuel of 12.0 but we're only planned to use 5.4. Whatever. I'm just going to go with it. 5.4. Bam. Wait. What's going on here? No. Okay. $12.9. What is going on here? Okay. We're just going to stick with that. How about that? Reserves, I'm just going to, I don't know. 3.0 for reserves. Why not? Cost index. I don't actually know if it gave us a cost index. Honestly, a cost index 20 seems low. Oh, you know what? There is a cost index in here. I'm using a different layout in SimBrief than what I'm used to. So that's going to be, even then I'm not finding it. Huh. Because it should be right there. And it's not. I don't know why this didn't give me a cost index. Okay, so SimBrief. Oh, it did. Cost index 7. Okay. There it is. Transition altitude 18,000. That sounds about right. Cruise wind, blah blah blah. I'm not worried about that right now. That's because honestly, the cruise wind, it's gonna figure it out once you're up there anyway. Actually, let's try something here. Let's try a derated takeoff. We're at Baltimore. We've got oh yeah, this is like a 10,000 foot runway. So let's do takeoff derate 1. How about that? We'll throw the V speeds in here. QRH off. I don't know what that means. Okay. I'll figure out later and have more realistic videos and streams later on. Let's see what's on this. Runway wind. Hey, this is something we want to pay attention to. Runway wind. Weather. Again, this is stuff I'm looking up behind the scenes. 3304. Runway percent. Slope heading. Slope is 0.3 slash 285. Hey, look at that. That's neat. I've never actually been able to enter that before. That's so cool. Thrust reduction climb 1580. Yeah, that makes sense. That's 1500 above ground is usually good acceleration altitude. All right, let's go here. Takeoff, approach, we're not even worried about, but what we will do is, this is, I wonder, so IXEG team, I wonder if there's a way, or anybody familiar with 737 FMS, if there's a way to set this current approach up for returning to Baltimore in case we need to return to field. Alternate destination. You know what? Yeah. Let's just do this. KBWI. Again, I'm not, okay, I wonder if that page maybe isn't, either I'm not doing it right, which is a very real possibility, or it's just not implemented. I don't know. I mean, it seems to work. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have like a real checklist or real flows for this airplane. I didn't, sorry IXEG team, I didn't buy the $15 manual that comes with this airplane. That was my bad. I think I might actually buy that add-on manual from that gentleman who wrote it that was a real 737 300 rated pilot that goes by all the systems and stuff. So I think I might do that for having more realistic streams. Okay, so coming over here, I'm gonna check. Yeah, there's no ATC. We are on VATSIM, by the way. So 122.8. There we go. There we go. I don't know how to. That's mic. Where's volume? How do you do volume? Baltimore traffic southwest on 48 radio check. Appreciate it. 5x5 for you as well. Brand new airplane trying to test it out. I think I pushed the right button. Alright, we're going up. How high are we going? 320. Okay, there's gotta. Can I drag this? I can drag this. How cool. I was gonna say there's gotta be a faster way to set that than sitting there spinning it all darn day. Okay, so. I believe Baltimore is only like 100 feet above sea level. We'll throw in 130, we'll go 140, sounds about right. Again, oh, right here, 130, yeah, okay, 140 is good enough. Set it to 10 above field elevation, why not? I'm just going to use this chart here, 320, 6,000. Good enough for me, and ground, and auto, okay, that works. Alright, well, I'm just going to say, let's just go have fun. Let's just go have fun. I'm just going to set this to 250. Again, I promise you guys, to be a better YouTuber, I will purchase the manual, and just out of interest for the airplane, I will purchase the manual and find out. Usually set it to V2 plus 20. Actually, why don't we do that real quick? Where did I go? Index. Takeoff. V2 141. Why did that change? Why did those speeds go away? Oh, I know why, because we entered this data. Okay, that works. So we'll just enter technically 161, but I like round numbers, so we'll go 160. That'll be our V2 plus 20. 3,000 feet's kind of low. Let's just crank this up, level 320. There's no air traffic control online, so actually let's look at our departure just to be sure. We're doing the Terps 7. Again, this isn't a tutorial. I just want to be sure that there's no maximum climb on the way out. And I don't see any altitude constraints other than you have to be above certain altitudes at certain points, which is fine by me. I don't even know. Okay, there's our. Oh, heavens. We're going to be. Okay, we're going to be. Yeah, we're just going to go straight up to 320. Because everything I'm seeing on the SID is be above a certain altitude by a certain point, and we should, in theory, climb out like a rocket ship, so. Okay. Now, I'll probably go ahead and get the flight directors on. Can you engage LNAV on the ground? I don't know. We'll try it later. We'll try it later. But for right now, I don't know of anything else to do. Climb, 250, 10,000, yep. Okay, yeah, I think we're good to go. Alright, legs, I'm just going to be sure that there's no... yeah, we'll leave that discontinuity in there for now in case ATC pops up and wants us to do something stupid different. Okay, let's button up ship and get out of here. Ground services, close doors. Cabin crew, close doors. Okay, that works. Let's get rid of the gate. And I have a button on my Logitech X56 that I attached to start pushback, so we'll just do that.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
I find it funny how, like, I killed the immersion by opening up all these menus to clear everything away from the airplane. But to start the pushback is what I bind. I'm retarded. Oh, sorry, not allowed to say that word, but whatever. We'll go ahead and anti-collision lights on, seatbelt on. Go ahead and throw the packs off, like so. We'll hold off on the window heat. What's our fuel look like? Nothing in the center, so we'll just go ahead and turn all these on, like so. And I believe now it's just the waiting game for better pushback.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
That's bugging me seeing the first officer's menu. Let's come down here to our transponder. 1200. We'll throw in 2000 on TARA. How about that? 2000's a good, just general IFR code for the United States. Europe, I think, is like 1000, something like that. Hey, field. Let's check the. Let's fix this. This is wrong. We need 130 feet of elevation, so it's
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Hold on, I'm not ready yet all of a sudden. I was ready, but now I'm not, so hold on there, ground crew. 3013. See, I'm probably the reason that ground crew's always going on strike, just saying. All right, moment of truth. Let's be sure that nobody's pushing. BWI traffic southwest 748, 737 pushing Bravo 9, Baltimore. I had to press the rudder pedals.
And you may start engine.
And it worked. Why? I don't like these tugs. Why can't, like, this tug back here push me with this rod? By the way, better pushback. If there was a way to change the tug to, like, have something like this with the push bar push you back. Oh, Lord have mercy. Because that's the old school way of doing it. Not this new European, well, we have these kind of tugs over here in America too, but these things suck. I know with the Airbus, you actually can't start the engines with the Airbuses with these kind of tugs, because starting the engines with the Airbus may possibly engage the nose wheel steering, and the wheel might do weird things inside the tug, and the airplane will be just fine. No, it's the tug that will break. They're wimpy. And by the way, any current engineers quit doing things as wimpy as possible. Let's get some tough equipment like that. Yeah, that's a pushback truck back there. This is a go-kart. Do better. I tell you, kids growing up these days, they just have no idea how good we had it. Well, this ain't an Airbus, so I'm going to start up. All right. All right, engine bleeds. I don't know if you need the engine bleeds on or not. But anywho. Air conditioning packs I know are off. Galley power, we can flip that off. And everything else. All right, let's start one. Let's see if it starts. Hey, start valve open. All right, she's starting up. Hey, we got N2 going on. All right, that's good, that's good. Watching the N2. Let's see what this does here. I actually don't know in the 737. I'm just gonna wait till like 2022. There's 22, she should start. There she goes.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
I forget how to set the parking brake in this airplane. I believe I gotta push the pedals in and pull it. No. Pull that? Okay. There we go. Figured it out.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
I'm gonna see what... Yeah, those sounds I think are a little bit off. It's like too quiet. All right, starting to. I mean, from what I've heard from the cockpit so far, they don't really sound all that bad. But the outside sounds, yeah. It's like, okay, hold on. 19, 20.
Hose disconnected and bypass pin has been removed.
Eh.
Hand signal on the right.
So
We'll see
far,
you next
my
time and have a
just
safe flight.
vanilla out of the box with the sounds is like, it sounds like a CFM 56 engine. Like, that sounds like a 737. Okay. But with the not quite attached. I don't know. Maybe the sounds will get improved over time. But those definitely, I mean, they're not, I'll put it to you this way. From my experience just starting up, the sounds like, it's not like I can't fly this airplane. The sounds aren't like absolute terrible. It's just, they're just, not quite. Not quite. But they will do for now. I think the important thing with this airplane before the sounds and the other, we'll just call it peripherals, is does the core airplane itself work? And that's really what IXEG's been working on. So we're about to find out how much hard work they've put into this and get us over to Cleveland. All right. I don't really know the flows. I'm just going to go panel by power. Okay. No. On. There we go. Flip that on. Galley power. Engine anti-ice off. Wing anti-ice is off. Good. Coming down here. Switch that to flight. APU bleed off. Engine bleed on. We'll do a PAX on takeoff. Why not? I think that's all you got to do to get this thing going. All right, flaps 5. I think we can set the auto brake to RTO now. Passenger view. I think I had to set up the custom passenger views myself. But yeah, they didn't, I don't think they changed anything on the modeling, but honestly, the model itself, even in X-Plane 11, well, it's the same model now, they didn't change it, but honestly, it looks even, to this day, I mean, this is an old airplane, guys, that's revamped for X-Plane 12. It's like a revamped airplane, but built from the ground up from the same time, from what I understand. And dude, this airplane's like, it's holding the test of time, dude. Like, the stuff's awesome. All right, there's no ATC, so taxi lights on. Park and brake off, let's go. I'm just gonna throw the APU off. I think it's customary to wait a couple minutes before you turn it off. Let it cool down, but this is the simulator. All right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the sounds need some work for sure. Like I said, I mean, this isn't the IXEG team, and this is what I like about IXEG. And they're not paying me or anything. Like, I paid for this airplane out of my pocket. Okay, I've got like 2 subscribers. Which, by the way, I know who the first subscriber is. He's a friend of mine. Kind of giving me the best of luck type thing. Whoever the second subscriber is to this channel, hey, thanks very much. I really don't know who you are. The fact that there's some total stranger out in the world that subscribed to me, an idiot, is like, yeah, wow. Humbling, I guess would be the word. You got YouTubers out here. I'm almost to 1 million subscriber. I got like 1 subscriber that I legit don't know who it is, and I'm very like, wow, there's somebody in the world that actually wants to watch like me, an idiot, fly airplanes. Okay, cool. Bye. I don't know where I'm going to runway 28, and I'm just kind of here. Let's close out this. Uh, okay, that's runway 28. We need to go this way. By the way, I'm just gonna say it. You should probably. Well, I guess we could have turned left on Tango too. See, this is where ATC helps. Is actually having somebody to tell you where to go. So I believe this runway here is runway 28, but we can't just go straight there. We gotta like zigzag around for whatever weird reason. Again, welcome to the United States where, so there's a way to do things as cheap as possible, and then there's people in positions of power that have no business making decisions, but they got that 4-year college degree, so they know everything. So we're just gonna zigzag our way around. I don't know, Europe's probably got the same kind of people, but whatever. So far, taxiing the airplane, it feels really good. Good, definitely good game to IXEG for this. Like, I remember the ground handling in X-Plane 11. Like, the airplane would just, like, waddle from side to side as you're taxiing down the runway, and it's like, okay, I've been in these things as a passenger. It did not waddle from side to side all the way down the taxiway. So it definitely feels like they've improved the ground handling of the airplane. Like it just feels like, you know, I mean they're not. I mean these things like yeah okay they're called baby Boeings, um, but you know our gross weight's still 112,000 pounds. Like that's not small per se. So definitely good game to IXCG for the ground handling so far. We'll see about the flying. But I have faith. I mean, this airplane spent how long in development? You know what I mean? So I'm pretty confident that it's going to fly really, really well. I'm going to try. Can I arm LNAV on the ground? No. Okay. Can I arm the auto throttle? If I hit N1, will it jolt the engines forward? I do not know. Yep. We'll disarm that right quick. Why are my engines not... There we go. I guess I just had to move the throttles a little bit more aggressively. So yeah, okay. Don't press the N1 switch on taxi. That, you're gonna have a bad time. You're gonna have a bad time. So don't do what I just did, folks. Like I said, I'm just kind of winging this one. Alright. Any air traffic? Holy crap! Video way approach. 19.7. Okay. This is why you check VATSIM before you take off, folks. Baltimore approach, Southwest 748, you up? Atomic departure, hello. Good thing I saw you were online before I took off. God, are you going to give me a clearance, or are you just able to just get me out of here? By the way, I'm already set up for BWI runway 28. Clear for takeoff 28, and we're on the JERS 7, something like that. TERP 7, SID. Affirmative, 748. All right. Strobes on, wing, wheel well. Logo, we don't need them. Runway turn-off lights, get those on. Like Squawk 0567, Southwest 748. All right, we get ATC. How about that? That's cool. I love ATC. Potomac departure. Do you have an initial altitude for Southwest 748? All right, copy. To the moon we go. I want to say, I really wonder if I can arm LNAV on the ground. Toga. Camera around here. All right. All right, it's got us on heading, whatever heading it's taking us to. All right, airspeed's alive. 80 knots, thrust set. V1, rotate. Ooh, she wants to climb to the moon. Then again, I didn't set the trip trim. All right, come on. There we go. Positive climb, gear up. I think takeoff would have been smoother if I were to set that trim. So that was on me. That's not on IXEG. So if you saw that horrible rotation, that's pilot error right there. That's not IXEG. But so far, it's flying really nice, actually. Oh, nav, let's get over here to this. Our passengers are in the back going, get me off this thing. And then you got the one guy that's probably not freaking out that goes, I don't know if this guy knows where he's going. Well, I do know where we're going. I'll get you there, so sit down. We'll get there. I just don't know what I'm doing flying the airplane right now at this minute. All right, let's go flaps 1. I could probably go flaps up. Southwest upgrade is 2.15. Flaps up. I do need a little bit of nose down trim here. But a lot of nose down trim. All right. So far, it's hand flying beautifully. Definitely good game to you, IXEG. So what's the... Okay, that's the outboard. We'll close the outboard ones. Taxi lights off, and return lights off. Strobes on, wing and wheel well lights off. Anything else I'm forgetting? Oh, what's our outside air temperature? Nah, we're good. We're warming up. We don't need anti-ice. But flaps are up, and we're just kind of climbing out right now. I am going to increase. So this says 10 miles. That says like 2.55. I don't know what's going on there, but IXEG, that doesn't seem right. That seems way too far zoomed in for what it should be. Let's zoom out to 20. All right. And we got a turn. But look at this. She's hand flying beautifully. Yeah, on the takeoff, I wasn't. See, this is why I need to get a checklist for this. I have checklists for other airplanes I've flied. So. That's not for us. Yeah, had I set the trim properly, I think rotation would have been a whole different story. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find an actual 737-300 checklist, print that off, and I'll have my wife laminate it with our laminator because I'm not allowed to use toys like that because it just, I have a bad time. I have a real bad time with stuff like that. It just gets all melted. And, yeah. But anywho, I'll get a real 737 checklist. We'll do more proper flights. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, and sounding like a broken record. Alright, 10,000, landing lights off. And we'll leave the seatbelt no smoking on for now. But not to sound like a broken record, you know, this is just kind of first flight. How does it feel? How does it work? Does it work? And so far that answer is feels great and yes, it works. So definitely good game to IXEG because this is a beautiful airplane right now. The sounds are a little off. The sounds from the cockpit in the air are actually not bad. But definitely those external sounds idling on the ground, not quite is the best way to describe them, I think. But from the cockpit, I mean, we've got wind noise over the, which by the way, if they could add in like the little like whistling sound effect of the window until the airplane pressurizes, that would be immersion to a whole nother level. Which, by the way, if you ever fly a 737 and the sound pack has like a rattling noise that it's coming from this side of the airplane, especially an older 737 or even the 727, it's this window rattling. They rattle and whistle and everything like that. And actually, when it rains, and the older Boeings, I don't know about the new ones, but the older Boeings, you would actually get rainwater coming in the window until the airplane pressurized. Kind of funny. And the only reason I know that is from Ray Jackson. I won't mention last names, but there was a gentleman we'll call him George, who was a out in the cold I go, Southwest 748, adios. We're going to go ahead and just transfer over because I don't want to listen to them while I'm trying to narrate here. Actually, we'll go down. So, wow, look at that. What a wonderful hand-flying airplane. Oh, okay, that's why when I got back here, I thought I was turning, and here we're changing course here is why the flight director was commanding a right turn. Wow, look at that. I was hand flying the airplane and changing radio frequencies, and this thing it goes where you point it, and that is so wonderful. we're still hand flying right now. All right, coming upon 18,000 feet. All right, and transition altitude, 29er. Now, one thing I will say, if IXEG ever watches this video, if there would be a way to just like click this and have it automatically go to 2992, it's really not a big deal, but it's just one of those things that fly, like especially hand flying at single pilot, you know, just certain click things that make life just a tad bit easier. Ultimately, what I want to do is I actually want to get actual radios and stuff that I can, I'm talking like external peripherals for the PC that I can actually change radios by twisting real knobs. That's going to be real cool. Technology's been out forever, but I'm a slowpoke catching up to home cockpit setup, so. But this airplane, good game. Really good game, IXEG. She is hand flying nicely. Alright, we're in reduced climb. 2,000 feet a minute. I suppose we can get our landing gear off now. And we're above, we'll go ahead and get our no smoking. And that is one thing, IXEG, if you could implement like holding the mouse over the switch and being able to flip switches using the mouse scroll wheel, that would be awesome. Again, it's single pilot. You know, I get the whole like grab, drag, and drop thing, but like, you know, it's kind of tough because I guarantee you, I'm probably the only person in the world that hand flies as much as I do. So, for me, it's a big deal. But to everybody else that, you know, positive climb, gear up, autopilot 1 in command, it's probably not a big deal. And by the way, the other thing I'll say too is normally, so right now we're in VNAV climb. When I fly real airplanes, I don't use VNAV climb if it's equipped. What I do is speed and level change. Because really your climb rate's going to be whatever it's going to be, honestly. And trying to get the airplane to stick to certain criteria, you could have a bad time. Alright. I'm just taking a quick look at SimBrief here. And we are well on our way to Cleveland already. But yeah, guys, like, look at this. I am hand flying the airplane right now. We're going on Mach 0.69. We'll be at 0.70 in a little bit. And she is just hand flying beautifully. Even at these fast air speeds and I guess we'll call it higher altitudes. Flight level 250 is really more of a mid-altitude, but for the purposes of, yeah, flies pretty good. And so far the systems are working like they should. I'm not having any problems so far, other than auto break off. Okay, okay, that's good. Hey, is there anything down here I'm forgetting? Don't shoot shell. Alright. It is so wonderful to have this airplane back, guys. Like, seriously, you know, the Tyler and, he goes by the name, I believe it's LitJan or something like that on the X-Pilot forums. He's a really big help on the product as well, but I really do want to take this moment to take this moment to thank the IXEG team for sticking with this product and bringing this to life again. This is the way flying should be. It really is. You've got a combination of new tech and old tech, and that's really what the 737-300 was. It was the 737-300, especially once they upgraded the instruments. It really became an airplane that was like kind of the in between of old and new. It was the stepping stone to the new technology that we have. Alrighty. Now comes the real test here in about 3,000 feet. Is how well can I hand fly this airplane in cruise? We shall see. We shall see. By the way, I completely butchered that, Sid. Turning out from the airport, I completely butchered that. But, you know, the goal of this flight is to get to A to B. Following real-world procedures and being more in-depth, those videos will definitely come later. Which, by the way, you know, I really would like the ability to stream as well as get a group together that just enjoys flying airplanes from time to time. That, you know, do some 737 Classic routes. I would like to organize a Q400 flyout for Croatia Airlines, because we're in September now of 2023, and I don't know what part of 2024, but next year Croatia is going to be retiring the Q400 from their fleet, and it's yet another operator sunsetting the type, which is sad because I really love the Q400. It's just a quirky airplane to fly. It's so much fun. But it'd be fun to get a group flight together to say farewell to that airplane. For Croatia. Alright, now we're coming on 500 to go. I am going to... We'll do speed. Oh, I'm in VNAV, so that's what's going on. Okay, we'll go back to envelope. Enter VNAV. Mach 0.73 works for me. Alright. Wow, look at that. The engines brought themselves back, and this thing just kind of leveled out on its own. Alright. Let's go ahead and get some up trim in here. By the way, I love those trim wheel sounds. See, and that's why it's like, I really think the sounds, they're a very, very good start. You know, like the cockpit sounds themselves, I'm not talking about cockpit engine sounds, but like the things in the cockpit, like the switches and knobs sound really good. The trim wheel, it's got that distinct, you know, 737, or not even 737, but it's got that distinct, like, old school Boeing mechanical stuff's moving trim sound. Really good, guys. The exterior sound, the engine sounds in general definitely need work. Alright, and we are on our way to Cleveland. So she hand flies in cruise, not too bad. I think the trim is a little sensitive here. It's like if I go one notch down on the trim, it's too much. But if I go one notch back the other way, it wants to climb again. So now if I was in a GA airplane, I would just reduce the engine power a tad, and that's usually how you find the sweet spot in GA. But for an airliner, not too bad actually. Not too bad. Just combination of back pressure on the yoke and trim, I guess. See, I'll just go one click, nose up, trim. Oh, now you want to level out. Okay, fine, call me a liar. No, still not quite leveling out. I just did a quick flip up on the back pressure on the trim. Now we'll just nose that. Stop it. All right, hand fly's pretty good actually. It's gonna take some getting used to, but we'll get there. We will get there. I think we've got a little bit of a crosswind because the airplane really wants to kind of roll to the right a little bit, so I think we've got a little bit of a crosswind coming on us. All right, we just kind of ride this over to Cleveland and tap the trim down a little bit. So I know I said I wasn't going to make a tutorial, but kind of here's what I do to cruise out hand flying. When you see, so your altimeter is actually going to move before your VSI will. Believe it or not, the altimeter is more sensitive than the VSI. And actually the VSI can even have, I think it's like up to I forget. But long story short, there actually is a little bit of delay on the VSI. So you really pay attention to the altimeter more than you do the VSI. But long story short, you see the altimeter needle move and twitch, you don't have to worry. Okay. You see it get out here to like the, like the 40-foot mark, time to do something. But if it twitches like back and forth like now I know that the VSI needle pointing up, it's going to keep going up. Because like I said, the VSI, believe it or not, works on a little bit of a delay. So please contact me, 19875. Center, Southwest 748, level 320, Silk Smooth. Getting a little bit of a bump there. I saw that VSI jump. I'm not sure if that little twitch there in the pitch was maybe my joystick being a little sensitive or a little bump of wind. But she's hand flying beautifully. And actually, I think we might need, I think we've got a crosswind coming out because I'm going to introduce just a little bit of left aileron trim. Yeah, we've got some wind coming on because here's the other thing too, is when you notice a headwind coming on, you don't notice it with autopilot, but you notice it hand flying. You see how we jumped up 100 feet? That's a headwind, or at least a change in wind direction being more head on that's given us that little boost of performance, is what that is. But she's gorgeous. All right. Yeah, she wants to dip that right wing a little bit. Actually, I wonder what's our fuel balance. No, we've also got 100 pounds of fuel more in. By the way, there we go. In theory, our engine should have shut down, but it didn't. We're just balancing fuel right now. I'm going to see if maybe this 100-pound difference that we had in the wings was making that air want to. I can't talk. Okay, let me try to talk again now that I took a 10-second break. I wonder if maybe that 100 pounds difference is what was making that right wing want to dip. So, you know, with an airplane this big, I don't know if 100 pounds difference in the fuel would actually be enough weight to get it to dip like that. 100 pounds difference really seems very minuscule. Like, you wouldn't even notice. You really wouldn't. I actually flew a glider one time. It was a Grobe 103, and there we go. But I flew a Grobe 103 glider, and one wing was just the normal wing, and the right wing of the glider was an aerobatic 103 wing, and it weighed like 30 pounds more than the other wing. Didn't even notice it. Like, so if a glider that weighs like Tribe 4, expect landing north. If traffic's light, can we get the 6 right? Tribe 4, 6 right, transition, southwest 748. All right, let's look at the Tribe 4. There. Why is this being this way? Stop it. Stop it. I'm doing stuff behind the scenes here. Try 4, there we go. I want this. No, I don't want the overlay. I want the actual chart. No. There we go. All right, so we're gonna want all right. So what I'm gonna do here is I've there we go. I'm gonna have to throw on the autopilot here for a minute. Just altitude hold that. Okay, because I gotta fool around in here for. Why is that zooming? Stop it. My X56 HOTAS is ghosting right now and it is driving me crazy. Whoever designed this thing really just... Alright, we went to part arrive, KCLE arrive, ILS 6 right. Roll. Route. Execute. So, we want legs. We want decree at... level 230. We should get a top of the sun marker. Alright. We gotta go in here, so to create that, and then tribe. Where's tribe? There's tribe. Between 19 and 10. Yeah, that's right. Nagy, so, yeah, that works. Alright, so far that works. Alright, top of the sense coming up. And I apologize for the silence, folks. I know that, okay, we can probably do that. Alright, what I'm going to do here so I can get back on hand flying, because we're almost to our top of descent. We need to be at Jane 210 at 7. I'm going to be sure that that's in here. Jane 210 7. Good, good, good. Then vectors the roll. Alright, that makes sense. I'm going to throw in 6 right approach. Let's look at that. Alrighty, viewing 6 right approach, 111.9. Hey, where's the nav radio? I thought it was down here. Oh, you know what? I bet you sun glare. There we go. Yeah. Okay, nav, we'll go 111.9. Like so. Alright, that looks good. Come up here to course. We're going to want course 058. And with that, here we are at top of descent, so I am going to, once the airplane levels out, I'm going to kick the autopilot off. I don't want to kick the autopilot off while it's in a turn. FMC alert, yeah, it's telling us to get our altitude down. We'll just throw this down to 7,000. Alright, so here's a test I promise you nobody has ever done in the history of Flight Simulator. We're going to kick the autopilot off at level 320 at this high speed to start our descent. Let's see how this airplane handles disengaging the autopilot up here. Why is nothing happening? I'm pushing the autopilot this. Okay, we're going to do this the hard way. Not bad. Little bit of a oh, come on, that's cheating. Giving me a vertical path follow. That's cheating. But whatever, I'll take it. I'll take it, I'll take it, I'll take it. I think the VNAV path is actually getting away from us, but we're going down at 2,000 feet a minute, so we'll catch up to it, I promise. If not, we'll throw the boards out and go that route. Actually, I need to set this joystick up so that I can have a speed brake axis. I wonder if that works with the IXEG. Because that would do wonders sometimes with this airplane. I remember that with X-Plane 11 with this airplane. Like, there were times you really need this airplane to go down, and it doesn't want to go down. And you're sitting here trying to fiddle with the boards. I'm just going to put that on an axis. See, why are my engines, like, really revving? They shouldn't be doing that. We're, like... According to this, we're 3,500 feet above VNAV, but I'm just going to take it for what it is, because I'm going to get LNAV guidance in here. There we go. I didn't even have the right autopilot, or, not autopilot, what are these things called? Flight directors. Yeah, I didn't have the right options for the flight directors. Hey! I kind of minorly messed up here. What is Cleveland's 800 feet? Works for me. We got to come over here to our pressurization. Eh, 810 words. Good enough. Are we even gaining on the vertical speed path? I think we might actually need some boards out. Ooh, descended through a little bit of turbulence there. Yeah, we're gonna throw just a bit of board out. Hi. Ooh, look at that spoiler coming up. That's kind of neat. I need to set up a key command to where I can just look at the overhead panel. 810 with an altitude of 800 feet. Yep, that works. That will do. Are we catching up? Yeah, we're catching up. 2,400 feet now instead of 3,500 feet above VNAV. I don't even know how accurate this path is, but we'll find out. I mean, it seems to be lining up with the flight directors and with what we have in the box, so we'll go with that. Hey, we didn't set up the yeah, approach information. Shoot, should I throw on? Okay, hold on. Let's get this stabilized here. I'm trying not to throw on the autopilot here, but I might have to mess with the box. Drag required. We know. Index approach. We'll do flaps 30. Okay, that works. That was simpler than expected. Alright, why are we... Alright, we can close the porch now, probably. I forget how you arm this thing, by the way. Let's see. 4. Yep, that's how. Just hit the number pad 4. And that will arm the speed brakes. Alright. Alright, we got ourselves a turn coming up here. I'm just going to throw on the fasten seatbelt sign because we just don't know what's going to happen. But she's hand flying beautifully. I mean, you guys have seen it so far along the route. Okay, now I don't know where we are right now, I don't know what information this is picking up. I don't know why we've got a flag on our glide slope. Did I overcorrect? I overcorrected. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't seem right, because I've got it set on 20, and it seems really far in for 20. So I don't know if that's correct or not. I mean, maybe like this whole screen is 20 nautical miles range, but why do I see a 5-mile tick there? I don't know how that works. I'm almost down. What is our FMC message? Drag required. No. No drag for you. You're doing just fine. Alright. I need legs. This is what I need. I need legs. Shut up about drag required. No drag is required. Okay, so we're coming on that way section. Way section. Waypoint. So it's funny, I've been hand flying this airplane making such small movements at altitude, and now that we're slowing down, I'm making those same small movements and it's not enough. And the airplane's just going. all kinds of different directions right now. Again, that's pilot, that's not IXEG. I mean, IXEG, I mean, great job on the flight dynamics. Really good job. Alright, so what's happening right now is the flight director's decreasing our rate of descent. Alright, there's 10,000 feet. We'll go ahead and get the inboard landing lights on. Why did that one shut off? We'll just go ahead and turn all this stuff on now, because it's one less thing to do later. Ugh. Alright. And for Cleveland, we can probably use auto brake too. And I could be wrong, but I don't think we set the auto brake until the gears down. Yeah, it's gears down, spoilers, armed, auto brake, whatever that's going to be. Part Jane 240 Southwest 748. Well, I don't know if we're going to get to land with air traffic control or not. Okay, I think it's trying to slow us down now for the 210 speed restriction at Jane. Get some trim going on here. Alright, what we're going to do now... down to 3,000 Southwest 748. Let me get it 15. That should be decent enough. Actually, what I'm gonna do is nothing. I'm gonna do nothing. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do nothing. We're just gonna watch what happens. I could be wrong, but I think you want continuous ignition for landing, maybe? I don't know. We're gonna leave the ignition off and see if the engines flame out. How about that? Because again, part of it's learning what you can and can't do. So if I can do it just fine, and that tells me if I forget that I'm not going to have a bad time. Alright, 270 Southwest 748. 2000 Southwest 73. Flaps 1. Alright, dumping the boards. Actually, what I'm going to do is clear ILS 6 red, Southwest, I'm great. Approach armed. I don't know why that's... Oh, that's what that vibrating was. That was buffeting from the flaps. We'll just go flaps 5. And we're about to overshoot final here. So we'll crank this in here. Adios. Gear down. Is there a 134 is what we want. Flaps 15. Okay, and spoilers armed. We'll let the auto throttle take care of our airspeed here as we come back to the glide slope. Flaps 30.
Flight slow.
Oh, shut up about the flight slope. It's coming back in, don't worry. Hold your britches, we'll save it. There we go. Yeah, for literally just hand flying this, and I'm really impressed. I mean, very beautiful. I mean, I even kind of messed up getting onto final approach there, and you can kind of see how nice the airplane just kind of saves itself once you start getting your gear and flaps out and whatnot.
Minimum.
Land.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Floating. And idle reverse. Oop, better pay attention where I'm going instead of what the passengers see, huh? Alright. And auto brake off. 60 knots. There we go. My I guess I didn't hit the button just quite right to turn those reversers off. Oh, be quiet. That's the outer marker for the ILS. There we go. Now it's quiet. Tell you what, let's go ahead and get this APU going because our gate's like right here. All right. Alrighty. Tell you what, we'll get the speed brake up. Flaps up. Auto brake off. What else am I forgetting? We're just waiting for the APU to spool up. Alright. We'll go ahead and get the APU generator on. Like show. We can go ahead and get the probe and window heat off. Why? Because reasons. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cleveland. Oh, okay. Well, I kind of missed the gate a little bit. So, we'll just come over here, one of these gates. Yeah, I thought this gate here you approached in from this way, but apparently you come in from this way, so that's my bad. Minor technicality. But nonetheless, we got other gates we can use, so we're golden. Okay, so question. Is the rudder connected to the nose wheel to... Oh, you know what? No, that's, I know what's going on. We'll turn the yaw damper off. And we should... I thought that the nose wheel tiller was connected to the rudder, but it's not. It was just the yaw damper twitching the tail back and forth. I wonder if it really does that, or if that's just kind of the way X-Plane does yaw dampers. I don't know. I don't see tails twitching or rudders twitching back and forth in real life. So, you know what? Here's a gate right here. We'll go for it. I'm not driving around all day looking for a gate. So, taxi lights can come off. Alright, engines are ready for shutdown from what I know. Yes, you stop, fuel truck. You are about to have a bad time. Why is there like a little... Dude. Okay, these ground service personnel really need training about what to do when an airplane comes in. Just saying, Laminar. I wonder if I throttle up right now if I can blow that truck away. That would be cool. And we'll just stop here. 'Cause reasons. Okay, those shutdown sounds actually do sound really nice. We can turn the fuel pumps off except for number 1. Let's see if this gate attaches. It does! Cool! I was worried with it up there if it wouldn't attach. Wait, it's attacking me. Beacon off. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in Cleveland. And I can say this airplane, you know, transponder in standby mode. What else are we missing here? I actually think with the APU, you just leave one of the packs running. To the IXEG team, yeah, guys, like really, it's great to have this airplane back. Really, thank you guys so much for your work you put into this. It's definitely a pleasure to fly. Oh my gosh, just to have this airplane back is just amazing, guys. Oh my gosh. Sounds definitely need improved on. But other than that, you know, it works. It works great. So, well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to, like the controller went to dinner, I'm gonna go find out what's for dinner on my end. So with that, happy flying with you guys. Again, this was your host, Big Walt, for the channel Lost Luggage. Wonderful flying with y'all. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you want, and feel free to personal message if you're able, if you're interested in, you know, doing some VATSIM flights. Yeah. With that, adios. Till next time.